Well, it's Tech for Hire. I believe he's going to bore us again with his bullshit.
All right, welcome to part 2 of my stereo installation on my 2024 Ford Maverick. If you remember from the last video, we attempted to install a plug-and-play wiring kit 11.4, and through trials and tribulations, we were told we got the wrong one. So we were supposed to get number 12 at a 10 here, 10. We were supposed to get kit number 12. And so yeah, we just got it in. We're going to install it. Let me first show you what comes in the kit. Here's my box. So we got handy dandy instructions. Should be able to use those. We have plug and play wiring kits. We got Y adapter. You got, this goes to the amp. Throw that right there. This is the plug and play 2-channel line output converter. We have power that goes to the amp. And we have the kicker 200.4. So this will power my front and rear speakers. This will go to my subwoofer to give a signal to my subwoofer. And all of this goes in the car so that I don't have to cut anything. So that's what comes in the kit. I'm hoping that this cures my issue that I was having with the white noise that was in the vehicle and the loud chimes, and go from there. Hopefully this fixes our problem. Let's get into it. You can take these apart, but you really don't have to. This is the old harness that I have to remove. Okay. As you can see, I mounted the amp up here, but since I'm switching the amp, I've got to change it, take this bracket off, change it. All my wiring goes down here. So because I'm switching out the harness, I got to pull this piece out here so I can unplug this red line. And I can plug the new red line directly into this. So it'll be okay. I won't have to rerun it all the way down, but I do have to disconnect it here. I do have my ground over on this side, so I'm going to have to disconnect it from there. I believe that's an 8mm. Okay, new one. It's going in. If you're wondering where I got this bracket, it's actually 3D printed. You can find it online. A buddy of mine did it for me because I don't have a 3D printer. And my battery died, so I don't know if you got what I was doing. Let's go under here. See, I got the amp mounted underneath here. It's on this little bracket. Looks pretty good. So your wiring, power wires go on this side, and your speaker wires and all that stuff go on that side. All right, so that wiring has got to go down underneath here, all the way around and down and go out this way. So it's not going to be too hard. Actually, the hardest part of this is this little hood latch button. It's not really easy to get to, but there's a little clip at the top and you have to pull it out, and then this whole thing slides out, which makes removal of this pretty easy. But I'll be doing that right now, and I need 2 hands to do it. But I'll be pulling, turn that over, be pulling that puppy out. This whole piece comes off. I got that voltage control right there for the subwoofer. I'll be pulling that one off because this one comes with a new one, so I'll be putting that on there. I wish I could use the same one, but this one uses RCAs as opposed to the new one that's like RJ45 or RJ11. Here's the old one. It's got 2 screws there. The new one has 2 screws that go right in the center. So I got to remove this and put that one on. Now I see I drilled a hole through here that's normally not there, but that was so I could run these RCAs through it. So now I'm going to have a hole back here, but I think what I'll do is the cable for the RJ45, I'll just run it through here too, and it won't be a total loss. All right, well, there you go. It sticks out a little bit more than the other one, but should be good. Stuff can go right through there. Right on. All right, here comes the hard part. So I gotta run. This is the old cable that I don't need anymore, so that one's gonna be easy to pull out. This one kind of goes up and around all of here, and that one was hard to run. And this wire, it's got a lot more bits to it, so it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but let's give it a shot. Oh, don't tear, you bastard. That little guy, you gotta pop that sucker off. Comes right in the top of here. See, right there, you gotta pop that off. Usually gonna get hung up in there. All right. This has got to go up in there. I've stabbed myself in the back with this one time. That was not fun. Now I gotta go up this way. Go up. All right, let's get this guy out. All right, don't need those. All right, now the question is, how far over do I need to go for this? I think that's going to be good because I think it has to go this way. Yes, it does. Okay. So that should be a good reach. I think we're good there. All right. Let's button this bad boy back up. Oh, ho, ho, ho. I almost made a mistake. Oh, that would have made me so mad. So I got to get the line from there all the way over here. Okay. Yeah. Almost forgot my RJ11 line. This one doesn't have to go very far, just has to go over here. But I can't see you. That's probably pretty good. That length right there, because it'll go back from the hole in there. Okay. Here comes the fun part. For this, but it'll work. Looks like it's going to be long enough. Ow. There's stupid. Okay. Wet like a pig. I can hear it all the way up here. I want to have it go probably that way. Yeah, underneath here it's kind of dirty. You probably missed everything that I just did, huh? Right. Now that I'm fully done being pissed off, here's the situation. So the plug and play kit that I bought, number 12, doesn't work. I don't know if it's my car. I don't know if it's these kids. I don't know what it is. But the issue I'm having is, well, I should say on this new kit, the issue I'm having is I get white noise through the speakers even when the system is off. Get white noise. Drives me crazy. Can't stand it. The other issue I'm having with this kit is my subwoofer sounds like it's either out of phase or it's really weird. It's getting weird noises. Sounds like it's not going in the lower frequencies. It's only in the higher frequencies. I got a line output converter that came with the plug and play kit. Plug it in. There's only so many settings on it. So I don't know why I have weird noise coming through it. So here's what I'm thinking about doing. As I mentioned before, I bought the 11.4 kit. I took apart the harness. Okay, this is it. So what I'm thinking I can do is just run the factory speakers, because the factory speakers run fine. They're plenty loud. I just want a little bit more bass. So I can cut this dongle off and I can wire in my line output, and I should be good. And then I won't be cutting any harnesses because I'll have this and this plugging into it. I'll leave the factory stuff alone. I'm thinking that should work. So I've reached out to the plug-and-play guy, Joe, whatever his name is, and I don't think he's going to respond back to me. He doesn't seem like a guy that has very good customer service skills. These kits are supposed to be very easy. I've been doing stereo installations for a long time. I don't do them on newer vehicles. That's why I was looking for something like this. I've done it on multiple older vehicles, front speakers, rear speakers. It's never really been an issue. This one, it's kicked my butt. I was able to put a subwoofer in my Telluride, no problem. This one, it's kind of a mess. So my plan, like I said, I'm going to go this route, see if I can't get my subwoofer to work that way. If I can, I'm just going to bypass the front speaker kit and just call it a day. Just to add a little bit more bass, put a bass knob in it, I'll be good to go. So the Y harness that I got, I cut it because I'm mad, and I made my own little harness. So it's kind of like a Metro harness. So as you can see here, I wired these in. So these are the front speakers, left and right. Works perfectly fine, no problem, no noise. Now, these ones, you might be thinking, what's going on here? Well, these are the rear speakers. Now, the way I've wired them is they still get juice from the stereo. So front and rear work perfectly fine. I have no hissing sound, no nothing through my stereo system. So now I'm going to wire up this guy so that I can have my subwoofer, and I'm doing that next. All right, guys, it's done. It's installed. Due to YouTube's policies, I can't really play music so you can hear it, but I don't know it's super windy outside right now, so I don't know if you can hear the fact that there's no static coming from the speakers. None. When I play the bass, it sounds correct. Sounds like it's getting low frequencies. It's not like it's high frequencies. Overall, I'm happy with it. It has plenty of bass, plenty of low end. Front speakers, I just have to play them higher. I think what I may wind up doing is sound ordinance. I don't know if they're the really great speakers. They're inexpensive. I've been eyeballing the Gel Audio C2s, so I may buy those and put those in just to see how they sound. They are a lower wattage speaker. I think they're 50 watts RMS. They might push a little bit better. I think these ones that I got are 80 watts RMS, somewhere around there. So I think with a lower wattage speaker, it'll push better with the factory amplifier. But yeah, this has been a big pain in the ass. Pardon my French. It's funny though, because after I finally said I've had enough. I'm tired of it. I'm going to rip everything out of the car. So I ripped everything out, came up with my idea on using that Y adapter, tapped into the rear speakers, put my line output into it. Everything works great. Once I decided that, redid all the wires, pulled all the old stuff out, made it all nice and neat, put it back in the box. Then I got an email from Plug and Play wires, or Plug and Play kits. Joe, he finally reached out to me. And by that time, I was done. It works now. It sounds good. Sure, I'm not using the amp, but I'm not pushing 2,000 watts on the sub, so it's plenty. So yeah, I think at that point I was like, I'm tired of troubleshooting this damn thing. And he's like, it's definitely your wiring. You probably have a bad amp. Have you but it's the amp that he sold me, right? And he's like, is radio button pushed in? I was like, I tried it pushed in. I tried it pushed out because it was shipped, pushed in. So then I pushed it out. He had said that he tests all of the equipment before he ships it out. So it should be set correctly. But it didn't work. It worked, but it didn't work. So it played music. And this is the other thing that baffles me a little bit. Because when I installed the amp, the gain on the amp was set to 0, off, completely off. But obviously I'm still getting sound through the speakers, right? So it's getting sound from somewhere. The way it's wired is it was still getting a signal from the head unit. So It's just weird because I mean, like all the other times that I wired a stereo system and I used an amp, like a 4-channel amp, you would take the connections from what comes through the car, so you don't have to rewire all the speakers. You take that connection and you bypass what goes into the head unit. And when you do that, if your amp dies, you have no sound whatsoever, right? Except for your subwoofer. But it's a clean signal. It sounds really good. The way this is wired is you had connections coming from the head unit into the speaker wires, and then from the speaker wires, it goes into the kicker amp. So I want to say that's the problem. But I've built thousands of kits and I've never had a complaint. You're doing it wrong. I'm troubleshooting. I'm trying to think of what it could be. I have a hybrid. Maybe he's done all these other cars were the 2.0, the 2 liters. Maybe they weren't hybrids. I don't know. That's the scary part for me working on highly electrified cars. You just never know what it's going to do. But the way my system works now sounds fantastic. Good front speakers. Subwoofer sounds great. I can't really complain. I will be sending my kit back to the seller, and hopefully that is not a problem. I hope he doesn't cause a fuss. I don't see a return policy on his website. I've only had it 2-3 days. Yeah. So that's my experience. I wish I could say it was better. I did use his first harness as a donor harness. I spent a lot of money on that. I probably could have bought a stereo harness and a Metro harness for $40, and instead I spent like $200. But whatever. It's okay. I'm not gonna complain about that. I'm more just upset that I couldn't get it to work the way his website says that it should work. And he's adamant that it's my fault. I wired it up now. Sounds good. So obviously I kind of know what I'm doing, but whatever. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you guys have any comments, questions, concerns, or maybe if you know what it is that was causing my white noise, please put that comment down below so I can freaking figure it out. I still have an amp, and I don't know, maybe one day I'll put that thing back in if I can figure it out, right? Okay. Thank you for checking out the video. Make sure you check out the other ones. Maybe hit the bell, like it, follow it. That's stuff that people do.